What's good, y'all? This the kid DC Wrestling back once again with another one like always, man. Money in the Bank 2024. This is the next WWE Premium Live event, man. And I gotta say, this should be a crazy weekend, man, for the WWE because they got it like a triple threat extravaganza. You got the Friday Night SmackDown before Money in the Bank, July 5th, and then obviously Money in the Bank July 6th, and then July 7th is NXT Heatwave. So they're all taking place in Canada, man. So they're going to be taking over that 4th of July weekend. But honestly, this should be a really, really good show. But with the most of the card pretty much finalized, unless they add another match or so, um, this pretty much is what the card going to be looking like. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into my little predictions, who I think are going to win and lose and all that crazy stuff. But we're gonna first start off, man, with this six-man tag match, man. But then again, it kind of looks like it's a handicap match, like a 4-on-3 handicap match because you got the Bloodline, Tamatunga, Tangaloa, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sequoia, taking on the WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, the Viper, and the Prize Fighter Kevin Owens. So yeah, this should be a good one here. You know, there have been some rumors circulating throughout the web that Solo and Cody could very well be the target for SummerSlam. So me personally, I feel like if that's true, if they are gonna head down Solo versus Cody, I personally have the Bloodline win this one. Now I don't know who's gonna team with Solo. I think it's probably gonna be the God brothers, and Jacob Fatu is just gonna be by ringside or whatever. And when he comes out, he comes out. And Cody don't even have to take the pin, for anybody wondering. You can just have Randy take the pin or KO take the pin. Because either you do Cody and Solo at SummerSlam, because I know a lot of people would really want to see Randy versus Cody, which they could still go down that route, honestly. But we have to see what the WWE does, particularly after Money in the Bank for that. But me personally, because the Bloodline are just on the current hot streak right now, I just don't really see them losing in a big group anytime soon. And we also the last time when the Bloodline was involved in a big match at pay per view, we saw a debut in Tangaloa. So when you have also rumors speculating that Hikuleo could be showing up, I'm not saying Hikuleo could show up in this match, but would be pretty crazy if he does, just to add more to the Bloodline. But at the end of the day, I think the Bloodline goes over here. But this should be a really good six-man tag, and especially if Cody and Solo is the true match for SummerSlam. Okay, so I didn't have this one on the card. I don't think nobody did. Rollins versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship, because you got to think after what happened at WrestleMania, Seth with his injury, it's like I even said it, he's gone. Like not gone completely from the company, but like gone from where it's gonna be a couple months. And so when Rollins came back, it was insane, and the fact that he's competing for the World Heavyweight title is insane. But what I love about this match, man, it doesn't just give out a winner. Like there's stakes to this match because if Seth Rollins wins, Damian Priest has to leave the Judgment Day. But if Damian Priest does retain his world title, then Seth Rollins can never challenge for the World Heavyweight title as long as Damian Priest is champion. So you just throw those other factors out, man. Anything can be a go in this match. And then you also throw Gunther in the background. You have Gunther. You can either have Gunther versus Rollins, which I know they had a match on Raw a couple years ago, but of this magnitude, of this time period, would be insane. And then you obviously have Gunther versus Damian Priest. Me personally, man, this could go either way. I mean, you could give it to Rollins. You could give it to Priest. I wouldn't necessarily be pissed off in any way, because I think Gunther might just end up winning the title anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and say Priest gets another win. I feel like this could just easily be another doubt where people think Priest is going to lose, and Damian Priest just proves once again that he is just, as of right now, completely untouchable. But this should be a good match, man. And I like the story that they played of this one, too, because, like, Damian Priest was Seth's first challenger after he won the world title. So overall, Priest might end up retaining here the title, but if it goes to Rollins, I wouldn't be surprised. But prediction wise, I got Damian Priest retaining. So this should be another really interesting one, man. Sami Zayn is gonna defend his Intercontinental Championship against Braun Breaker. You know what? I think they should pull off the upset here. I personally think they should just give it to Braun Breaker because you talk about hot momentum, you talk about hot streak. I mean, Braun Breaker is white effing hot right now, and I'm not saying a loss to Sami Zayn is gonna completely rail him back, but you got to pull off one of those little shocking X factors every now and then. And in a perfect world, I'd have Braun Breaker just demolish Sami in his hometown. Um, Granted, they're in Toronto, but it's still Canada, so he's still gonna get loved either way. And I'm assuming if his family's still gonna be there, you just beat the absolute shit out this dude, Sami, and just leave him in a bloody pulp, and Braun wins the title. So I do think Braun does win the championship. You can say it's early. You can say, oh, he just got drafted, back in April. But I think Braun has already proven it, man. Like he deserves the title, and I feel like, especially with the absence of Luke Kaiser, I think that title could need someone like Braun for it. So I personally am gonna predict Braun Breaker to win the championship. I feel like Braun could really spike things up with the Intercontinental Championship. Not saying Sami hasn't, but Sami is typical babyface reign. I can't really say anything more, but there you have it. There. I'm gonna get on with the next match, man. We're gonna be talking about the men's Money in the Bank. This is probably gonna main event the show. The 6-man tag doesn't, or the world title doesn't. You got LA Knight, you got Carmelo Hayes, you got Andrade, Chad Gable, and the poster boy actually of the show. Main event Jey Uso, and we still got one spot left. The losers are obviously gonna have to face off in the bracket. I'm gonna say Ilya Dragunov probably, because either way, I don't see LA Knight winning it. I don't, because LA Knight, he has to feud with Logan, and regardless if Logan is a part of this match or not, Logan's definitely gonna get involved and cost LA Knight this match. And then you got Finn Balor, who could be the final entrant in this match. So, but then again, he might not advance. I think at the end of the day, I think Jey Uso needs to win. So I'm gonna predict Jey Uso, and the reason why I'm saying Jey Uso, because I feel like the Money in the Bank, this could really be Jay's last chance at winning the World Heavyweight title. I mean, Jey Uso is one of the most over guys in the company. He's one of the most over guys, if not the top guy, over there on Monday Night Raw, and he's not even the world champion. But that's the thing. Jey Uso, if you involve all his title matches, he is 0-7. How, in God's name, are you supposed to come out here and label yourself main event Jey Uso, and you're like 0-7 in championship matches? 0-7. That's like if LeBron James went to the NBA Finals and went 0-6. Granted, in real life he's like 4-6, but to go 0-6 in the finals, not good. And I think in Jay's case, with his main event caliber, nickname, and just trying to really prove himself, it wouldn't necessarily work out if he doesn't win the big one. Even if it's just for a short term, even if it's like a 2-week term, because Jey Uso is definitely not one of those guys you can look at and say, okay, he's gonna hold the title for a year. Like, you give him like a good 2-week, maybe even almost a little over a month title reign at best. Like, I'm fine with that. It's just that you gotta do it. You gotta do it while the iron is hot. And then you also gotta think too, like, especially with, because Jay's gonna get into this bloodline story. Like, regardless if you want him in it or not, like, he's gonna be involved. So when he gets involved with that, and then God forbid they officially reunite the Usos back together, It's just it's gonna be really hard for Jay to really go after that world title. So I personally think winning Money in the Bank would be the right perfect choice for Jay Uso to do with Uso. And if he wins, that Toronto crowd gonna be eating all night long. Okay, so this is the last match I screenshotted to save on my phone. This will probably open up the show. These type of pay per views, they'll open up with a Money in the Bank and probably close with a Money in the Bank. You know, similar to Elimination Chamber. So this could definitely open up the show. You got Io Sky, you got Naomi, La Valkyria, Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton, and one more entrant. Not gonna really give a prediction here, but this is the women's Money in the Bank, and you can low key for all the women in the picture here. Maybe with the exception of Io Sky, you can make an upset. You can literally say that anybody could win here. Like Naomi could win here, La Valkyria could win here, Chelsea Green could win here, and Tiffany. For me, I'm gonna say it's between top three: Naomi, Chelsea, and Tiffany. You know, I think Naomi is in due for a run, and you can kind of low key. She's been kind of getting treated like a lackey and kind of looked at as Bailey's best friend more than Naomi herself. But that's a whole nother different story. And then Chelsea Green is entertaining as hell, and I think the shit she can do with that briefcase would be entertaining. And then her actually winning the championship would be pretty cool. And then obviously you add Tiffany Stratton to the mix, who was legit over, which I'll probably say she's my number one pick to win. So if I had to make a prediction, I think Tiffany Stratton ends up winning the briefcase. But like if Chelsea wins, I wouldn't be mad. If Naomi wins, I wouldn't be mad. Hell, if you get La Valkyria, I wouldn't be mad because you gotta understand, man. The Money in the Bank, what it originally does, it helps someone like a La Valkyria who's trying to get their name out there and hopefully winning the Money in the Bank and then going on to win the title will elevate her even more. Edge is a prominent example because before that title win, Edge was like a mid Carter, upper mid Carter at best. But as soon as he won that Money in the Bank and he cashed in on John, instant main event superstar. His career instantly went up. So, anyways, that has been my official preview and predictions for the Money in the Bank pay per view. Like I said, overall should be a really good show. So, there you have it, there, man. This has been the Kid, DC Wrestling, man. Tomorrow's AEW Forbidden Door, so that should be interesting to look at.